Hello and welcome back to another episode of Mike and Dave's Hi-Fi Riff. I'm Mike Evans.
And I'm David Price.
And we're back. We've been away for a little bit over Christmas. We've been in a time machine. We've been in a time machine because, and I think we've just we've not quite got our trajectory right because we've come back and missed a bit of Christmas. But we've been to the 80s apparently.
Yeah.
Or is it the 70s? It may be the 70s. I may be wrong about what we're going to showcase today.
Indeed. Well,
but we had to go back in time to pick up a very important piece of equipment.
We did, yes. And,
well, it looks like it because it's immaculate condition.
Come all the way from Japan.
Excellent.
But before we do that, Mike, I need to give you your present.
My Christmas present?
Yes.
Amazing.
Absolutely.
Amazing.
So there we go.
Look at this. Well, do you know what's really weird about this?
Beautifully wrapped.
I was going to say, I've used exactly the same wrapping paper for yours.
That's amazing, thank you.
What a coincidence. Wow, okay. Should we do it now?
Yes, go on then.
Well, you say that.
You first.
I'm not very good at this unboxing. I've had previous with this, because you probably glued it or something, of why I can't get into these things. Oh, God, look, I've killed it already. It's so embarrassing. It's a mug. Just how appropriate.
It's not just a mug, Mike, this
is very exciting.
A very special mug.
It's wrapped in kitchen paper.
It is, yep.
It's a British Leyland mug. Look at that. It's an S-Reg special from Leyland Cars.
It is, yeah.
Look at that.
So your midget's an S-Reg, isn't it?
Yes, 1977.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Wow,
So,
thank you very much.
As we say in the classic car world, the plug hole of doom.
Do you know, it's funny, isn't it? It's quite a retro present.
Yeah.
You can't have yours now. It's not as cool. It's not as cool as this, I'm afraid. There we are. That's awesome.
Excellent.
That's awesome. Wow, thank you so much.
So,
I will drink my Hi-Fi Riff tea out of that.
Well, I was going to say, it can take tea, but it can also take beer as well. If
yes,
if
you want to hide it.
Indeed, if you want to conceal the fact you're boozing.
Perfect.
Yep. Now it's my turn.
Look at this.
Look at this, viewers.
There's a theme, because your mug's 1977.
Wow.
And this is... here we go. Come on, don't keep everyone in suspense.
Whoops.
You've broken it.
I've broken it. Look at that. That's amazing.
Would you like to say what it is?
It's a digital watch.
It is a digital watch.
It's a very cool digital watch.
Not just any digital watch, though. It is an
LED. Yeah.
Yes.
It's the future.
It is. It's a kind of it's a rip-off of a Texas Instruments, basically.
Yeah.
So from around about 1977.
Indeed.
Must be similar about that time.
Indeed. It's probably an S-Plate special as well.
Yes, exactly.
So I'm just going to...
You're having fun there.
I'm just going to rip the packaging.
Yeah, okay. Well, lucky. Probably a good thing, because it means you're not putting on eBay anytime soon.
There we go. So look at that. Fantastic.
I don't know if it's set or anything. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful.
It's, it's 11:55 in the evening.
Solid gold. Solid gold. It's 11:55 in 1977, where our time machine's taken us to.
It's lovely. Thank you so much.
Excellent. So, there we are. Merry Christmas.
I'm just going to
thank you.
Play with this. You just carry on.
Well, I was going to actually ask you a question, which is on this week's episode.
Yeah. What
are we going to be talking about?
Okay.
While you put your new watch on.
There we go.
Look at that. It fits. Excellent.
Fantastic.
I've still got my look. The reason why I have this is because you had one and I quite fancied it. Look, this is the Casio World Time Illuminator, which you use, which is your go-to watch. Nice. Although I think I prefer your strap to mine.
So
there we are.
Is it like a bit strange for us both to have the same watch?
It's not actually, because I copied you completely.
Okay, all right.
So it's not even strange for us to have similar hi-fi Riga Planner 3s at the same time.
Maybe we should get the same outfits as well.
Well, there we are.
What's that again?
This is Ralph Lauren.
Ralph Lauren.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's too expensive for me, viewers. My sartorial sort of imagination doesn't go that far.
No, sure.
But, sure. Maybe I should get you one of these watches.
Then we have the same watch twice.
And I'll get myself a British Leyland mug as well.
Yeah. It's quite dressy, that.
Well, thank you so
Isn't
much.
That cool?
That.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. You can't beat a good LED watch, can you?
You can't. So
it's the sort of thing that Douglas Adams would have taken the mickey out of.
Indeed.
So,
yeah. Well, I remember sitting at school. It was probably maths.
Yes.
Age 12 with my first LED watch. And they literally had just about got affordable, hadn't they, at that time?
Yes, yeah.
The kind of Pulsar time computer started in about 73 or whatever, costing them £1 million, and they'd kind of come down to like birthday type money, hadn't they, for school kids?
That's exactly it. And I remember, do you remember Sinclair did one? I think it was called the Black Watch or something like that.
Yeah.
And I loved that. I always wanted one of those, but they were a bit expensive actually. So
it's the 1st of September.
Excellent.
So thank you for setting it.
Told you we've been on our time machine.
So it's great.
I can't remember how to.
So
do you remember our pal Pete used to have a watch that you could play Space Invaders on?
Yes,
that was really cool.
It was.
We pretended that we weren't jealous.
I think he played that in maths as well.
Yeah, that's what made me think of it. That's exactly what made me think of it.
And that's explains the the demise of his career. It was all downhill from there.
What can I say? Yes.
No maths O level.
No.
It's life is wrecked.
Quite, absolutely.
So, there we go.
Always destined to be a lawyer.
That's so good. I know.
So we have perfect. 70s present, 70s present, and on this week's Hi-Fi Riff, what are we going to talk about?
I'm going to take my watch off because I don't want to damage.
Oh no, don't damage it. No,
either the watch or the thing that we're showing today.
The thing we're showing today.
We shouldn't be too bashful because everyone will already know what it is.
Look at it; it's beautiful. I have to say, what a stunning piece of equipment. It's absolutely fabulous. And would you like to say exactly what it is?
It's a Yamaha TC800 GL.
Very cool.
So 1974.
Wow.
I think it is.
Wow.
So it looks a bit like a TR7 without any wheels.
Yes.
So or even an X19.
Yeah.
But there we go.
It does. It should have pop-up headlights.
It should have pop-up. It does have a pop-up one thing pops up here like that.
Oh, it really does pop as well, doesn't it?
That's right. And
very lovely,
just
though.
to demonstrate this, would you like to put my BASF chromium dark side tape?
Look at that, C90. Wow.
It's almost period. So this is 74. There you go. Mike is demonstrating.
Oh, it's on a little spring.
Yep.
There we are. Beautiful.
Would you like to press play?
Yes, certainly. There we go. Oh, lovely. Oh, look at those VU meters. Oh, wait, it did blink for a second.
I think you...
I didn't do very well there, did I? Gosh, so much for being hi-fi aficionados.
So I'll just, I'm the tech support for cassettes.
Yes, you certainly are. You certainly are.
There we go. And just put that down there.
Absolutely glorious.
And you can see it, hopefully, in a minute.
That's so excellent. Yay, look at them.
Yeah.
It's got a battery meter.
It has.
Why has it got a battery meter?
Would you like to press the battery button?
That's check.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's got no battery.
It's got no battery.
So it runs off batteries as well.
It does.
Okay, I've got a question for you.
Yep.
Why?
Because it's a portable.
Excellent. So I'm assuming, do you then have to have a portable amp and a portable pair of speakers as well?
Yeah, you can do.
Handy.
Basically, the battery compartment is here.
Yeah.
And I haven't got any batteries in because, as everyone knows, when you put dry batteries in, then they leak after a while and they kill your cassette deck.
Oh, so what's that?
That's the diagram for the batteries.
Oh, that's so cool. My God, how many does it need?
About 1,000.
9. It lasts about an an hour.
So there we go. And this is also a handy stand as well. Obviously, when you're playing it, you can kind of put the stand up like that.
Thank you for demoing that.
Yeah. So, but there we go.
We had another friend at school, a guy called Adi, who had a portable record player. Do you remember? And it had it was a vertical, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's like a Sharp or something.
It was, yeah.
And it had the cartridge used to have linear tracking.
Yep.
Going across. Didn't sound great, but it looked the best thing ever.
It was very cool.
But it would be great for part of your portable hi-fi system because that worked off batteries as well.
So, as you know, this is like for the 70s. This is pretty portable, though, isn't it?
Yes.
So,
yeah.
But actually, in all seriousness, it's mainly a mains operated cassette deck, and a high-end one, a very expensive one at that.
Was it?
So, and it was a really weird thing for Yamaha to do as well, because this is 74, and pretty much around that time they came out with a certain pair of speakers that you might...
Oh, yes, okay.
So
yes.
NS1000s.
Yeah.
So not the
Do you
M...
know anyone who's got a pair of those?
No idea. So, not the M version, which is what I've got. The M's came out in 78. They're like the monitor version.
Yes.
But the original 1000s were a bit bigger, and they had rosewood kind of cabinets and, slightly slower bass. But
excellent.
So basically,
So
Yamaha.
you could have had this and an amp and a pair of NS1000s and have your portable hi-fi system.
Well, Yamaha in '74 they had the they had this, which came out. They had the B1 and C1, which were an amazing pre-power amplifier, really mega high end, and the power amplifier had VFETs. I don't know if that makes any you know.
Like MOSFETs, but with a V.
Yes. Thank you for the technical explanation, Mike.
You're welcome.
So it's lucky we have this kind of brain power.
It is.
You know, sort of backing up the
exactly.
But I won't go into a long explanation.
Your
of
mug's
VFETs.
broken down already.
I won't go into a long explanation of VFETs because it might make Mike fall asleep. But you know, he's.
I got criticised on the last riff for
Yeah.
not paying as much respect to minidisc as I should have done. I thought I was very respectful of minidisc. I think it was just when you talked about the 100 different types of minidiscs you get. Apart from that, I love minidisc.
Oh,
just saying.
I know he does. He does, viewers, and I know he's been lambasted in the comments of that video, and people are saying nasty things about him. But I'd like to, you know, refute that.
I've got some cassettes as well. Look, I've got a brand new pack of SA90s.
Wow!
Just for the occasion.
Fantastic.
And you know what you're going to do with one of these?
What?
You're going to take it home and do me a mixtape.
Oh God. Okay. All right.
the long-awaited mixtape.
You know.
I just need to say that David sold me a Nakamichi cassette deck 2 years ago now on the promise that within the price would be contained a mixtape.
Well, we didn't say when though, did we?
You certainly didn't. No, clearly.
So, but I've actually written it down, the tracks I'm going to put on it.
Oh well, it's a start. Good.
I just have to record it now, which is going to take, you know,
another year,
a while.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, if you were, you know, a future girlfriend in 1981, I would have done it by now. But
sure.
You know,
yes. Clearly not that important.
Clearly not that important.
Actually, speaking of years, do you know what we were doing a year ago today? Exactly a year ago to the very day.
I don't know.
You fitted a Nagoka cartridge to my name arrow tone arm.
There we go.
How cool is that?
That's very cool.
So it's a year old now. So it's probably about time for a change, isn't it?
Would that involve a better, more expensive moving forward?
I quite fancy the AT-33 which we reviewed because I thought that was a brilliant cartridge. All right. So anyway, we digress.
That's a hint dropped very very heavily there. So that hint's almost as heavy as this thing.
It does look quite substantial.
Yeah, but I'd just like to.
It's in immaculate condition, by the way.
Really good, isn't it?
Yes.
So, my thanks to my good friend Tim Jarman for sort of supplying this, and it's absolutely great condition. It's all plastic, which is weird because it's so heavy. You'd think it was made of lead,
granite.
Granite, and it's got a very 70s finish. It's kind of Nextel finish. I don't know if you remember those kind of Meridian had that kind of thing. Very 70s. It's a weird thing because it was just beginning to cassette was just beginning to really take off in 1974, and a number of different manufacturers were jumping on the bandwagon, and Yamaha decided to do it, but they didn't design it entirely themselves. They got a guy called Mario Bellini, and you can see his signature down there.
Oh yeah.
So a guy who was basically a senior industrial designer for Olivetti. Remember Olivetti?
Typewriters.
Yeah. So
Amazing.
basically, an Italian geezer what designed typewriters did this.
And is it like a ski slope design?
It is, yeah, absolutely. It's a
Brilliant.
ski slope, and it wasn't a ski slope. It was the ski slope.
Was it?
It's absolutely iconic. And
wow.
But it's not all. It's not all just a pretty face.
It's just blown up.
Okay, that's the power lead, folks. It's live television. And, like Blue Peter, isn't it? So,
yes.
I'll just plug that back in. There we go. We're back in business now, guys. So so it wasn't just a pretty face though. They got this amazing kind of graphical thing here with output levels, recording levels, all sliders like that. Isn't that cool?
It's really lovely, actually.
Pain in the ass to use, but
who cares?
Yeah. Pitch speed, very, very unusual to have a variable pitch.
Oh wow, your VU meter just completely changed when you did that. That's incredible.
So That's,
Wow.
I think that's pitch.
It is, yeah.
Oh, no,
It says-
there's pitch there. So
oh, that's playback
that's
volume.
playback volume.
Oh, but no wonder it went straight down.
Yeah, okay. There's
There
the
we go.
pitch. So
Whoa.
we're really professional here.
That's amazing.
So yeah, it's got variable pitch. It's got doubly, as
Has
you'd
it?
expect. Yeah. It's got a limiter, and it's got a ferrochrome switch.
It's just excellent, isn't it?
And you can also, but here we have, at the moment, let me just get this right. So we have chromium tape, which was the thing to have
Yeah,
back in the day.
it was.
But I've got a more modern cassette formulation here. It's a D from the late 80s, I'd say. And the reason I've got this one is that I've recorded the same album on both tapes, but because this is a very early formulation of chrome tape, it won't take much level.
Right.
So, a terrible thing happens, you can't get the LEDs to flash.
Oh, wow.
So,
Wow,
basically
okay.
you can't record it at a high volume.
Right.
So, I've recorded it. Whoops. There we go. Thank you, Mike.
You're welcome.
So,
Oh, I'm so happy you did that.
I love the way you laugh. When I didn't laugh at you for doing it.
You just call me an amateur. Right, so I need to turn the playback volume up, yeah?
Yeah, playback volume to
There we go.
to full.
Amazing.
And then the first track of Genesis is Wind and Wuthering.
Is that what this is?
We'll now be playing. And are we getting VU meters at all?
Well, the VU meters are firing away,
Okay.
but they're not quite peaking yet.
No, we're all, it's like the beginning, the intro.
Yes, yeah.
So,
Which only takes probably 45 minutes as
Yeah.
a Genesis album.
exactly.
In fact,
So-
you probably have to flip the tape over to get to, the halfway through song number one.
Absolutely. So I think we'll just keep the video going until it gets to
Yes.
something
case-
where it goes over 0.
Oh, it is.
dB.
There we are. Look at that. Oh, it's
Is it-
peaking.
is it
It's
flashing?
beautiful. Yes.
Brilliant.
Stunning.
Excellent.
There we are.
So-
Thank God that didn't take too long, everybody says. Yes. Fantastic.
I know how serious you are about picks, Mikey.
I love my cassettes.
So
And so
Yeah.
how does it sound?
So it sounds good, but not brilliant. So
Okay.
it's an early cassette deck. It's 1974. It's got a Matsushita motor, which is IE Technics.
Okay.
So it's no rubbish. It's got a wound flutter of about 0.06%, which was not bad for the year, for the
Okay,
time.
okay.
So yeah, not as good as a Nakamichi, obviously, but or
No, sure,
indeed
sure.
any very good cassette deck from a later period.
Mm-hmm.
But by the standards of the day, by the standards of 74, 75, it was like really, really, really good.
And in adjusted Wonga, how much would it cost now if you were to
Yeah.
buy the same thing?
So I think it's probably, well, if you take its original selling price and adjust it to 2025 levels, it's going to be about $2,500.
Wow.
So,
Wow. Yeah.
but it is portable, Mike. So.
Oh, well, of course it is. Of course it is. Yes, and it's nice
There we
and
go.
light as
Yeah.
well. So
And it's a ski slope, It's
it does look stunning. It does look
So
brilliant.
yeah, it's got 15. I think it's about 20 kilohertz to 15. Sorry, 20 hertz to 15 kilohertz.
Okay.
So that's with ferrochrome tape, but it's still a reasonable treble response. A lot of those early cassette decks from this period would be, top off at 10, 11, 12 kilohertz.
Sure,
So you
sure.
get quite soft sounding treble.
Yes.
So,
Okay.
so this was kind of a pretty high performance machine in its day. But who can, I mean, to be honest, if it sounded absolutely, pants, I'd still really
It's still
like
gorgeous,
it, so
isn't it? Yeah.
It is.
I love the fact
So-
it's been signed by the designer.
Yes.
That's proper Ken Ishitawa, isn't it? Territory.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
I don't know her.
You're not met her.
No, I haven't met her. But
She lives in Oxford.
okay. All right. Did she know your cousin? Like, so, everybody else does. So,
Absolutely.
there we go. So there we go. So
Cool.
yeah. So basically, a moment in time in the great cassette story, and within 5 years from now, cassette decks sounded much better than this, had much better measure performance. I'm talking about high-end ones.
Sure. Sure.
And they were all massive, sort of big brushed aluminium things. But this is so weird for having this kind of packaging. So
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, it fits in beautifully with my Leyland mug. I
it
think.
does,
So very cool, very retro,
Yeah.
but broken down already. No, brilliant. Thank you. There we are. That was good.
Yes.
wasn't it? First riff of 2025. Amazing.
So,
and we'll wish you all a very happy new year as well.
And Mike's told me he's really sorry for being nasty about Minidisc, and he won't do it again.
I didn't mean to be if I was.
So,
anyway, there we are.
well.
And on that note, thank you so much for sticking with us and coming back and watching this episode of Mike and Dave's Hi-Fi Riff, and we'll see you at the next one. Thanks so much. Bye.
Bye.